Wrote this a little while ago and wanted to read it to y'all. Block and ignore anyone who tells you that you will have bad days. Block and ignore anyone who tells you that you are not perfect and that life is not perfect. Block and ignore anyone that tells you that you will make mistakes. Block and ignore anyone that tells you it's okay to feel down. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be annoyed. Block and ignore anyone that tells you that every day is not a good day. Block and ignore anyone that tells you that problems are just a part of life. Block and ignore anyone that tells you that stress is normal. These things are not normal. These things are not normal parts of life. These things are the results of toxic thinking. We suffer feeling that we make mistakes. We suffer feeling that we are flawed and imperfect, and our life is flawed and imperfect because of toxic thinking. We suffer depression and misery and anxiety because of toxic thinking. We have bad days because of toxic thinking. We have problems because of toxic thinking. To believe any of these things is to believe that the creator of the universe, whatever you call that, makes mistakes. To believe that you are flawed is to believe that your creator made mistakes when creating you. To believe bad days are normal, to believe you will have bad days, and to accept that is to not take responsibility for your toxic thinking, your negative thinking. Every day could be a good day, and if you focused on your blessings instead of your problems, if you were grateful for your blessings instead of complaining about your problems, then every day would be a good day. You don't ever have to be stressed out. Stress is not normal. Stress is you operating in panic mode. If you trusted that everything was okay and everything was going to be okay, you wouldn't have stress. You wouldn't have problems. You wouldn't be afraid. You wouldn't worry. All of these things are results of toxic thinking. And when I say to block anyone and ignore anyone that tells you these things, this doesn't mean if you experience these things that you should beat yourself up about it. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is these things are not normal. And if you have a bad day, then you just had a bad day. But understand that you had a bad day because of how you thought about your day, because of the things you allowed yourself to think, because you took your focus off of how good your life is, how blessed you are. You took your focus off of things like you had breakfast this morning, you had lunch, you had dinner, your kids are safe, you got a job, you got a car, you're not homeless, you got a place to stay, a roof over your head, you probably took a warm shower or bath this morning, you got clean clothes, you make money every week, You get to go out to eat and go to the movies. You got a refrigerator, a stove. On and on and on I could go. But it's only when we take our focus off of how blessed we are and we focus completely on the one or two things in our life that we don't agree with, that we don't like, that's annoying to us, that we forget how blessed we are. And this is when we start getting stressed out and having bad days and worrying and becoming afraid and being depressed and all these things. You don't never have to have a problem. You don't never have to be depressed. You don't never have to be stressed out. You don't never have to feel anxiety or worry or fear, none of those things. And that's what we should be striving for.